On last week's episode of Judge T, Lisa, a hearing-impaired mother who is 20 years old, has one child that is 1 year old and is expecting another within the next 3 weeks, appeared with her boyfriend, Jason, to find out if Jason is the father of their 1 year old child. However, after the show, it is my understanding that things got pretty heated. They started in the studio and then transferred to overnight DNA, where the parties went to determine and establish the paternity of the 1 year old daughter. Things got so heated that overnight DNA almost did not have the results for us for this taping because of the brawl. Lisa had to return to the DNA center to confirm her identity in order for the results to be sent off. As we are starting right now, Jason has still not arrived at the studio. We're going to talk to Lisa, her mother, Tisha, and her grandmother, Cynthia, to find out what transpired on last week. And whether Jason appears or not, I'm going to share some words of wisdom for him in hopes that he will get it together. Tisha, thank you for joining us today. Lisa, it's good to have you back. Last week was a brouhaha, from what I understand. I heard something going on, didn't know what was happening, and then the reports that came in after the fact were pretty disturbing, because this is really all about a child and another one on the way, and trying to find out who the father is and making sure that these kids have what they need. My understanding is that you are the person that called the Judge T show to begin with. Why did you think this was necessary?
Because after all he had put her through, I just was so tired of him going around saying that this baby was not his, and having Lisa to cry at night and making her feel that he didn't want to be with her, wanting to be with other people, and she did not understand as her being a deaf child, and me having to talk to her to let her know that I'm by her side no matter what. I felt it was time before he put her through any more.
That sounds like a lot of love, mother's love, and that I understand. But Jason said on that show, and you weren't here, but Jason says, I'm the father. I know I'm the father. They just don't want me to be the father because they don't like me. So I guess I really want to get your perspective, because I do find that interesting. You have a young man who's saying, I'm the father, I buy Pampers, I buy milk, I take care of my child, but it's the grandmother and the great-grandmother and other family members who don't want me to be a part. So can you tell me what's going on with that?
Well, I mean, like I said before, I don't too care for him.
Okay.
But I also don't like when he disrespects Lisa.
How so?
When he would put her to the side, when they would, I guess, argue, or if she don't get what she wants, you know, saying like, or some money to buy Pampers or something like that, he would say he doesn't have it or he's not going to give it to her. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem I have with him, is that he, you know, say all this back and forth type thing going on, and I don't like it at all.
Well, I have a question that I think probably the viewers want to know as well. They met Lisa last week, and they know that she's hearing impaired, and you've signed. That's how you communicate with her. Jason is a newcomer to the scene. Does he really communicate with her? I mean, or is this really just a physical relationship? Because to my knowledge, he is not well versed in sign language.
No, he's not. And I think it's just a physical thing, because they've been so together for a year. So, you know, Lisa, you know, said he had enough time to really get to communicate with her through sign if he really wanted to. That was no excuse. I mean, my husband, he even tried to talk with him as far as signing with Lisa, and so they can communicate together so he can understand what she's saying and how she's saying it. But he would be on the phone, he would be, you know, talking to other people when it's time for us to, you know, to try to get him to communicate with her in sign language.
So really, it's been about him physically just being present really is what Lisa's benefiting from, but there's no communication.
No, it's not. It's not. They argue so much. When Lisa would be with him, I would get phone calls. He will call me and say, they're fussing, or Lisa can't get what she wants. I would tell her, I said, well, look, if it's like that, send her home.
Now, you say send her home. Now, yesterday was September 27th. We're taping this show some weeks out from when it will be aired. We had what I would call monsoon rain in Charleston. Streets were flooded in downtown. Streets were flooded in North Charleston. It was horrible. Now, I understand that Jason put Lisa out of wherever he was yesterday and sent her and the baby home to walk in that rain.
That's what I was told when I called to find out what was going on with Lisa. I got the impression that, okay, I thought she was going to, after she went out in that rain, that she was going to come home. His cousin, to my knowledge, told me that Lisa stormed out the house. I guess something went down, so it was an argument, or Lisa could not, I guess did not want, they asked her to do something maybe, and she did not want to do it, so she stormed out the house in the rain. Whatever it was, that shouldn't have been taking place at all. So
Lisa, 8 months pregnant and with a 1-year-old, is walking home in that rain. How far of a distance was she traveling?
I don't think she wasn't traveling that much far, you know what I'm saying? She never even made it home. Now I understand where she went. She went right back to where she left out before.
So the rain was so much. She was upset, wanted to get away, but because of the weather, she couldn't even leave the situation.
No. She went right back over there and stayed with her baby daddy.
Why do you think she keeps going back? Is self-esteem an issue?
Yes, it is. Lisa never felt that she was beautiful enough. Because she was deaf, because she's deaf, she always felt that she just couldn't get anyone to really want to be with her. And she would hide her appearance. She would, as far as her hair was concerned, she would always wear, you know, a lot of wigs and weaves. She did not want to be natural. She did not want to be herself. And I always would tell her, I said, Lisa, you're beautiful, no matter what. But she always been that way. And I always try to tell her that, you know, to show some, you know, little bit of skin, because it's okay. You know, you're beautiful no matter what. And she always felt that she was ugly.
And so Lisa has some self-confidence issues. And unfortunately, you feel like Jason has been the predator and she's the prey.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to come back after this break. We're going to give Tisha some time to compose herself, and we're going to talk to Lisa's grandmother, Cynthia, and Tisha's mother, because we want to find out about the fight that took place at Overnight DNA and the reason why the DNA results almost didn't get here timely. You're watching Judge T on C2, all local, all the time.